Arkansas still looks very green, but the grass is short and not much good for animal feed. Even as temperatures soar over 40 degrees Celsius, big white clouds float in the sky. Occasionally, they produce a downpour.
Burst of rain like this is very welcome here, but experts say it's not enough.
Meteorologists say more than 38 centimeters of slow, steady rain would be needed in some areas to bring them up to normal. Lack of grass has forced cattle producers like Karen Harrelson to spend more on expensive feed, and she says a recent rain has not helped.
It put just a little bit of green in the grass, but all it gave it was color. It didn't give it any growth.
She has had to reduce her herd from more than 250 to around 150, leaving her with too few cattle to operate effectively in the year to come.
To run the farm, I'm going to have more cows than I have. So when I get ready to replace them, will be limited replacements, so the price will be much higher. So it's a kind of a vicious circle.
In nearby Atkins, farmers gather in the Atkins International Cafe at lunchtime and reveal their woes to waitress Cindy Johnson.
The early crops that went in, the expense on the fertilizer and all, the yields were low. There's no moisture to put anything back in on the second round. It's just everything is dry and drought.
In Faulkner County, Extension Agent Hank Cheney says yields on most row crops like soybeans, rice, and corn are going to be well below 50% this year unless rain comes soon.
We need at least, 3 or 4 days of really good, slow, steady rainfall. It'd be nice if, of course, we could get a week of it, but at least that to kind of help us to soak up and for the ground to recharge.
Cheney says around 30% of the farmers in this area have an edge on Mother Nature because they have groundwater they can tap for irrigation. These center pit irrigation systems are expensive to buy and operate. But Chris Schaefer's, whose family owns 8 of them, says they get their money back in better yields and better credit at the bank.
It sure does make them feel better when you go up there to your lending officer to know that you've got irrigation behind you. Goes a long way, especially on years like this.
The Schaefers will benefit from the high commodity prices that are bound to result from this year's dry conditions.
For farmers who can count on their own irrigation system, it will be a little easier to get through this drought, but everyone else is going to have to rely on Mother Nature. Greg Flakus, VOA News, Central Arkansas.